Hello everyone, how are you this beautiful day? The sun is actually shining in Toronto. It makes me a happy girl. So I wanted to talk a little bit about chocolate milk. I've been watching the Toronto Raptors in the playoffs, Go Raptors, and I've been watching it on an American channel. So apparently chocolate milk is one of the sponsors, and so lots and lots of commercials of very athletic people drinking chocolate milk as an energy source and as a pre-workout or as a post-workout recovery. So here's my opinion on chocolate milk. Just no, come on. Lots and lots of sugar in chocolate milk. That's number one. And it's a simple sugar. It's an additive. So what you're supposed to be avoiding are simple sugars when you're exercising, because especially when you're athletic, you are already producing a lot of free radicals because of the level of your physical activity is higher, and you are producing more inflammation as a result of that. Now we add simple sugars to that. It's like adding fuel to the fire. So you're actually increasing the amount of inflammation that your body is producing, and here you are trying to keep it clean and have better options before and post workout. So try and avoid the chocolate milk just because of the simple sugars. The second thing is that it's a dairy product, and there's a whole other discussion when it comes to using dairy products in athletic performance. Number one, people have a hard time digesting milk products, and especially because the lactose can be very challenging for some. It can cause digestive disturbances, and in some cases quite serious, painful digestive disturbances. So we don't want to irritate our digestive systems any more than we already perhaps are because of stress and so forth. So we're trying to avoid increasing the amount of lactose we're exposing ourselves to. The other issue with milk is that it is an inflammatory food. So if we have too much milk in our diets, we're increasing the level of inflammation in our bodies, because milk actually creates an acidic environment. I love to tell my clients who have osteoporosis that we don't have the highest levels of osteoporosis in the world here in North America because we have a dairy deficient diet. We definitely are overexposed to dairy here. We have the highest levels of osteoporosis in the world because we are overly acidic, and we eat a lot of foods that create more acidity in our body. So try and avoid milk products when you're very physically active, because it can actually add to inflammation. So chocolate milk, definitely a no. It may taste good, have it occasionally, but please don't use it as your pre or post workout beverage of choice. There are lots of other options, and I can go into great detail as to what those options are, but I really do want to stress that it is not an appropriate option for someone who is very physically active, or anyone who's trying to lose weight and improve their muscle tone. There are lots of other great natural remedies and whole foods that you can use pre or post workout. I can give you a couple of quick examples. For example, beets, red beets. I like calling it nature's Gatorade because it has lots of electrolytes in it, and it also has something in it called potassium nitrate. So the electrolytes, of course, we know are great for energy and stamina, and then potassium nitrate is something that helps with nitric oxide retention. If we have better nitric oxide retention in our muscles, we have better muscle recovery, we have better stamina, and our muscles don't feel quite as sore after workouts. So better muscle recovery means that we can build lean muscle faster, and we're less prone to injury. And of course, beets have a crazy amount of antioxidants in it that are important for protecting our cardiovascular system, and that's important again also for someone who's very physically active, because the more active we are, the more free radicals our bodies produce just because of how physically active we are, and those free radicals can cause inflammatory conditions. So the more antioxidants you have in your diet, they combat these free radicals, and so they help to keep them at bay. So beets are a good option. There's a German company called Salus House, and they have a red beet supplement where they've filtered out the fiber, because sometimes the fiber gives people stomach distress, and then they dry the beet juice down into a crystallized form. So when you buy it, it comes in these beautiful glass jars, and you take a couple of tablespoons of the crystals and you just add it into water, and you can drink it pre-workout or even while you're exercising. So that's a good option pre-workout. And for an example, post-workout, a good quality of protein. That's the most important thing. You need to feed those muscles that are just finished, doing really, really hard work, and we need those amino acids for muscle repair. So good quality of protein, chicken, fish, turkey. If you're using protein supplements, then yes, you can use dairy products. One of the best dairy-based protein supplements is whey protein isolate. And the way that whey protein isolate is processed, it's not acidifying. So it's not like eating or drinking raw milk products. They filter out the lactose. They basically all that's remaining is the protein isolated with very little sugars or carbohydrates. In fact, some of them have 0 sugars and 0 carbs, and that's one of the best things to use post-workout. And if you're really not into using any dairy products, then there are some excellent fermented vegan protein supplements. I'm going to stress fermented because there are some products out there that are not fermented, and oh yeah, digestive disturbance, especially if you're not used to eating that much vegetable protein and fiber in one sitting. You're going to experience stomach distress. But if you do find a protein supplement you like, please make sure that it's fermented, because the fermentation process breaks down those undigestible vegetable fibers for us, so we won't have any stomach distress. Okay, so those are 3 examples of pre-workout and 2 examples of post-workout recovery that do not include chocolate milk. And again, keep in mind, yes, you don't want to be adding junk into your diet when you're trying to keep it clean, and you don't want to be sabotaging yourself by adding in simple sugars. Okay, thanks very much, and have a great afternoon.